Good evening. The events of today may have already reached your ears, but we are here tonight to report a truly special incident concerning a local movement of the followers of Jesus. As you know, Jesus was crucified as a public enemy and died over a month ago, but the enigma lived on. Rumors began to circulate that Jesus was not dead, that he was still among the living. The most radical claimed that he had been dead and then risen. 12 of his most trusted disciples fanned the rumor mill, still believing that their leader was not dead, but was still among us today. Then they disappeared out of sight and soon out of mind, but some still believe in the weird idea of Jesus still leaving or still having power. Today, many of those beliefs were justified in a massive gathering around Jesus' previous disciples, who were many who are on the scene described as being blessed by God and speaking the truth. Our news reporters were there, on the scene, and able to capture the incredible footage. I now turn to Jim Thatcher, our reporter on the scene.
It was early this morning that the words of those previously thought to be the right-hand men of the great religious leader Jesus began to speak. What was strange is that everyone could understand them. As you know, Jerusalem is a great hub of many cultures and languages, each of them immeasurably different from the next, but early today everyone seemed to hear the same thing.
Yo! What's good, people? How y'all doing tonight, Israel? Yeah! Let's go! Men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man arrested to you by God, with mighty works and wondrous signs that God did through him in your midst, as yourselves know.
He spoke for a long time, and the crowd all listened intently from every different language. We talked to people of many different languages who were on the scene. Here's what they said. So, were you able to understand everything that Peter said to you?
Perfectly. Every word. I heard everything they said, and it just spoke to me.
So, Mr. Irv, were you able to understand everything that Peter said?
Yes, I was in county trade, and I saw these guys talking on the balcony, and I saw that they were Jews, and I didn't think I was able to understand them, but somehow I did.
Every word?
Every word, and my Hebrew is not too good.
It seems that an unprecedented incident has occurred today, comparable to one of the miracles that Jesus performed while he was still on earth. On the subject of their former leader, Peter had some words for the people.
This Jesus delivered unto you, knowing the definite plan of the foreknowledge of God. You crucified and killed by the hands of lawless men. God raised him up, loosened the pangs of death, because it was not possible for him to be held by it.
Powerful words, Ben. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim. I have with me right now one of the leaders of the Pharisees, one of Jesus' stoutest opponents during his ministry, to give us the political situation that this event has for Jerusalem.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Caiaphas, right?
Yes.
Okay. A question. What is the religious response to this event of great proportion?
It is the same response that we have always had to the followers of Jesus, that this is a dangerous cult that needs to be controlled. We have obviously destroyed the head of their organization, so they need new leadership, and these so-called disciples seek to provide that, but it's simply the same rhetorical that Jesus followed, and you can expect us to deal with these men the same way we dealt with their leader.
What about the miracle of tongues performed today? What do you have to say to that?
We do not recognize any miracle performed by the so-called disciples of Jesus. They were possibly inebriated at the time, and also with the use of some hallucinogens and other illegal drugs, they could have produced the same effect as speaking in tongues.
Thank you for your time, priest. Also among today's events was a great revival of Jesus' followers, who seemingly gave their lives to the Jesus who the disciples had allegedly committed themselves to. More were baptized today since the days of John the Baptist, the guy who wore the goat skin and stuff. As for Peter, John, and many of the other disciples of Jesus, they escaped after the temple police broke up the rally. They have yet to be found. If you see them, please call the hotline on your screen, 1-800-LOCK-YOU-UP. Yep, right here on the screen, 1-800-LOCK-YOU-UP. If you have any information, please bring these wanted criminals to justice. Today, of course, has been a momentous day in history, regardless of the good or bad ramifications it has. It's up to you to decide whether or not it's good or bad. but for no matter what, the history has been changed forever. This is Ben Fields of 14 News saying, until next time.
Nathan Buchholz! Brett Harrell! Cody Van Vliet! So, Mr. Jew, were you able to understand everything that Peter said?
Perfectly. Every word. They spoke, and it just spoke to me.
So, Mr. Aaron, were you able to understand everything that Peter said?
Yes, I was in town. I got tickets. $10. I got your ticket $10. I got you a bag of right.